It is cold. Perfect weather to ferment a lager cold. So we're going to brew a black lager, and if you stick around, I'll tell you exactly what this monstrosity here is. But let me tell you about my grain bill. So what I'm using is 1.2 kilos of Vienna, 1.2 kilos of Pilsner, and 80 grams of light chocolate malt barley. So I'm getting that bad boy to heat up to about 70 degrees Celsius. When I add in my malt, should drop down to about 68 degrees. We'll see how we go with that. Oh, too hot. That ain't gonna stop me though. That dropped it down to 68. That's what I want. Beautiful. I've been looking at a lot of recipes online lately, and some of the micro intricacies that go into building these beers is insane. Like I was looking at one that said start at 65 degrees, after 10 minutes increase it to 67, and then after 20 minutes increase it to 60 or like 70 degrees, and it will do this, and then you go up to 72, and then you bring it back down to 65, and this will create this and do this chemically. What? Is that too much, or is that just normal? Like, does everyone else do that? Do you do that? It's actually nuts to me that out of 3 kilos of malted barley, or out of 2.5 kilos of malted barley, it takes 80 grams of that to give it its color. Stick. We're making a sticky beer. Sterilize, baby. I'm not very good at laundering, so enjoy watching me mess this up. All right, you ready, Freddy? Woo. Everything is sticky. Where's mine? All right, we're down to 8 liters. Oh, I need to get that up to 12. Gee, I'm gonna add 4 liters. All right, easy. I have no idea what I'm doing. I don't know if this is the correct way to sparge, but it works for me. If it ain't broke, plop me rack. I'll rack them up here. I'm weirdly good at getting this just under 12 liters. We'll get this to a boil. Do you want me to show you what I do with the malted barley? Come with me. I got Hallertau's hops, but I don't know which ones I got because Hallertau's a region in Germany, so I'm just gonna it's kind of lemony. But sorry. I think it's boiling, but I'm going to add in 10 grams of Pride of Ringwood, just a bit of my beer. Hey Google, set a timer for 50 minutes. Oh, that is boiling, finally.
Got it. 50 minutes. And that's starting now.
Delicious. And while that boils, let's go get this ready. There's a very viscous film on the top of my brew. Do you know what that is? Just asking. 10 minutes left. I'm chucking out. Idiot! Alright, got it. Get in the sock! Anyway, in goes 15 grams of Hallertau. Alright, 10 minutes up. Let's get this out. Alright, come on, mate. That copper coil is a wort chiller.
And basically how it works is cold water goes in, absorbs the heat, and hot water comes out.
This water is coming out super hot. If you do want to build yourself one of these, the first thing you need to do is source yourself some copper pipe. Once you've sourced yourself some copper pipe, bend it into a tight coil, add on some hose clips, and you'll have yourself your very own wort chiller. Or you could be very lucky like me and have a friend that actually just gave it to you. Thank you, Darren, for giving me your wort chiller. Just give me all your home brew equipment, and I am extremely grateful. That took all of 5 minutes to completely cool down to about 25 degrees. 15 bricks, 1.06. 1.06. That's probably too high, and I've got 9 liters of water in there. Do I add any more, or do I just like accept a high alcohol beer? No, let's go high alcohol. Let's go high alcohol. There's no issue with that, but here, have a look. All right, let's bang in the yeast. We've got two yeasts we can use. We've got a European lager yeast or a premium lager yeast. I'm gonna use half of the premium lager yeast, I think, because I'll make another beer with it later. I can smell that yeast already, so it's gonna be a banger. It's gonna be a banger, I reckon. Someone said something about me not sanitizing my bottles when I'm doing my brew. I just don't normally record it, but this morning I was sanitizing and smashed a bottle. I am pissed. Everyone's been picking on me, telling me to get a hydrometer, so I finally got one. This appeases you. .37 we got.
We'll put those details into a refract calculator. Works out to be about 5.29.
Look, I'm gonna compare it. Let's see how close I get it.
I'd say final gravity is about 1.02. So OG 1.06, final gravity 1.02. Bam! 5.25%.
A negligible amount. Is that much difference? A little bee's dick. Something I'm gonna do a little bit different when I'm packaging this one is instead of using brown sugar like I did with my last brew, I'm actually gonna add in sticks of raw sugar, which I did not steal from work. This is more just the dregs down the bottom, but it actually smells quite nice. That's kind of like, it has a really nice malt aftertaste. I'm kind of excited for this one. I'm excited for all of them. What am I talking about? Just got some sticks of raw sugar. I'm just gonna bang one in each bottle. This is purely for my own insight, but someone told me that yeast eats oxygen. You're gonna hate me for this. I'm gonna shake it up, get as much oxygen in it, and I just wanna see how much yeast actually settles at the bottom compared to some of the other beers that I've got here. Purely for my insight. If it tastes shit, I mean, who's gonna drink it? Me. Really get some oxygen in there. Chalk the lid so I won't get it confused, but this one, my theory is there should just be lots of yeast compounded down the bottom. Well, that theory was wrong. There's still the same amount of yeast as in the bottom of pretty much all my other bottles. So all I need to know really is, does it taste good? I've been a bit cheeky. I've already had some off camera. It's not carbonated. That's probably not good. I've already had it off camera, like a fresh batch. And it was actually quite nice. It's pretty biscuity and it wasn't as bitter as I expected. But as you can see, it hasn't turned out very dark. I was hoping it would be almost jet black. But that's a note for next time, just add in more chocolate malt. Now, even though it's been riddled with oxygen, the smell is not the worst. But it smells like homebrew. Oh, I can actually smell the chocolate malt. Let's try my oxygenated beer. Oh, it's okay. It tastes fine. It tastes good. This is right. This is right. Whew. Bet you all sweating at home watching me destroy one of my bottles, but it's still quite sweet. So part of me thinks that it didn't ferment properly, or I didn't add in enough yeast, so I under-pitched my yeast. It's good. It's fine. I mean, it's not Sapporo Black, but they've got years of they've got a lot more years on me, so a couple of things I learnt making this is, one, if I want to make it darker, I've got to add in more dark malt barley. Two, I don't think raw sugar works as well for carbonation, but it also might be a fact that it's been -4 overnight, so it's been quite cold in my house, so it probably hasn't even finished maturing. The next thing I want to figure out is making sure starches are converted. So I might start doing iodine tests. I think I've made a good beer, but I've also made lots of good YouTube videos. YouTube thinks you're gonna like this one right here, and while you're at it, hit subscribe. But for now, cheers.